A1 roads around the world and their countries? Richard.
Yeah, all sorts of countries around the world have a road called the A1, as we do. What we're going to show you now are the places you would travel between on various A1s around the world. You just have to tell us the name of the country the road is in. So you'll see two places at either end of A1s. Which country are they in, please?
Thanks very much, Richard. Let's reveal our first board of clues. Here they are. Lisbon to Porto, Gaborone to Francistown, Nicosia to Limassol, Paris to Lille, Vilnius to Klaipeda, Vienna to Salzburg, and St. Margrethen to Geneva. Let me read those again. Lisbon to Porto, Gaborone to Francistown, Nicosia to Limassol, Paris to Lille, Vilnius to Klaipeda, Vienna to Salzburg, St. Margrethen to Geneva. These roads are all A1 roads in their various countries, but what other countries? Andrew, welcome to Pointless. Very good to have you here from Stoke-on-Trent. What do you do, Andrew?
I've been retired for 2 years.
What did you do, Andrew?
I used to be a chief executive in the NHS, National Health Service.
Right, you are. And how long have you been doing that? How long was that?
I'd worked in the NHS for about 40 years.
Right, OK. And what fills your retirement? What fills your life with pleasure?
We're travel all over the world. We go to lots of places. We've got a bucket list as long as your arm. OK, how far have you got down your bucket list? Give us some ideas of what things you've done. So we've been to India. Later on, this year, we're going to South America. We're then going to China and Japan.
OK, very good indeed. Now, Andrew, have you travelled on any of these roads?
I know a few of them. I think I'm going to go for Nicosia to Limassol and say Cyprus.
Cyprus, says Andrew, for Nicosia to Limassol. Let's see if Cyprus is right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Cyprus. It is indeed Cyprus. Down it goes to 39. Not bad at all, Andrew. Gets us off to a good start. 39 for Cyprus.
You know, I said on the last show that Tanzania would be a good name for a sunbed shop.
Yes. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Ted, welcome. Remind us where you're from, Ted.
Thornton Cleveley's near Blackpool.
Thornton Cleveley's. That's a nice name. Is it as lovely as it sounds, Thornton Cleveley's?
Yes. We live about 300 yards from the beach, where we spend all the time walking the dog.
Oh, well, what sort of dog have you got?
He's a working Cocker Spaniel.
Oh, I hope I'm not working too hard.
No, try not to.
Good, relaxing working Cocker.
He works us hard, but...
Yeah, OK, fair enough. Well, that's good. Ted, and what do you like getting up to? What are your hobbies?
Well, I'm a retired aerospace engineer, and I'm a hobbyholic. I have far too many hobbies. How I ever found time to work, I'll never know.
What's your favourite of the hobbies?
I'm a radio amateur.
So do you have lots of different radios and transmitters and things dotted around? That's fabulous. Ted, what would you like to go for on this board?
Well, quite a few of those. Unfortunately, I was going to go for Cyprus. I think I'll go for Vienna to Salzburg and Austria.
Austria, says Ted. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Austria for that particular A1. It's right. 68. 68 for Austria.
I know we said this is an A1 road. This is essentially what countries a place is in.
Yeah.
The A1 in Austria is called the A1.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Let me say that again. The A1 in Austria is called the A1.
Still interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now, Laurie, welcome back. Laurie, tell us more about yourself. More.
More. What more can I reveal about myself? I'm a retired civil servant with an absolute passion for words, music, dance, singing, cats and travel.
Cats
Singing?
the musical or Cats
Both.
the...
Both.
What about that? Singing?
No, I thought she said singing cats.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry.
I didn't realise there was a comma.
Singing
My cats do sing,
John,
especially Purdy.
How many cats have you got?
Just 2.
Excellent. No, Laurie, what are you going to go for on this board?
Such choices. I think I will go for the second one and hope that my #1 ladies detective agency clue is going to help me. Botswana.
Botswana for Gaborone to Francistown. Let's see if Botswana's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. It is Botswana. Oh, that's not bad, Laurie. Down it goes to 4. Very well done indeed.
Very well played, Laurie. Perfect example of how general knowledge, we take it from one area and we can put it into another as well. The A1 there, it also goes through Zimbabwe and South Africa, but that's the part in Botswana.
Thank you, Richard. Now, Matthew, welcome back. Good to have you here from Belfast. As you described yourself on the last show, you're a stay-at-home uncle.
Stay-at-home.
You have plenty of interests. Tell us about those.
Well, stay-at-home uncle, I would like to think I'm partly responsible for raising, helping to bring along one of the youngest Pointless superfans ever. My niece, Rosa, never misses a show. She absolutely loves it. And when the contestants get the questions right, she'll clap and cheer. And when they get it wrong and the red 100 comes up with the X, she'll go, boo, 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 boo.
Oh, Matthew, that just adds to the pressure, doesn't it, right now? What other things do you like getting up to, Matthew?
I'm a big fan of horse racing, so I love going to horse racing meetings. Huge football fan, and I really like golf as well. Don't play, but I love watching it.
OK. Now, Matthew, you're the last person to have this board. Do you want to talk us through the blank?
Yeah, Portugal at the top, Lisbon to Porto. Paris to Lille, France. I think the last one's, I think Geneva's Switzerland, is it? Vilnius, my first instinct was Latvia, but I think that's wrong. I think there's another country with an L, so I'm willing to take the gamble. And I'm going to say Vilnius is Lithuania.
Lithuania. Oh, God, little Rosa could be shouting, whoa, 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 at the telly any second now. Let's just find out. Lithuania. Is it right? How many people said it? It is Lithuania, of course. That's a great answer. Very well done. 20.
That's the way to play the game, Matthew. Well played, Vilnius. You could have gone for one of the obvious ones, but you took a risk, did exactly the right thing. All the others are much bigger scorers. You're quite right at the bottom. It was Switzerland. Would have scored you 57 points. Right at the top, you were right about Portugal. Scored you 79, and the biggest scorer of all, Harry to Lille, France, 87 points for that. So Botswana, the best answer on the board, and Lithuania, the second best answer on the board.
Thank you very much, Richard. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 4, the best score of the past, Laurie. Well done, Laurie and Liz. 20 is where we find Matthew and Laura. 39, Andrew and James. Then 68 is where we find Ted and Pat. But, you know, anything could happen in the next pass, but a lovely low score from you, Pat. Good luck with that. Maybe that will keep you in the game. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more clues up on the board, and here they come. All of these are A1 roads in their various countries. What are the countries? Zagreb to Split, Amsterdam to Oldenzaal, Madrid to Burgos, Rabat to Tangier, Oldenburg in Holstein to Saarbrücken, Colombo to Kandy, and Milan to Naples. I'll read those again. Zagreb to Split, Amsterdam to Oldenzaal, Madrid to Burgos, Rabat to Tangier, Oldenburg in Holstein to Saarbrücken, Colombo to Kandy, and Milan to Naples. There we are. Laura, welcome back to Pointless. Great score from Matthew in the first pass there. Tell us a bit more about yourself, Laura.
Well, when I'm not taking care of my baby daughter, I mostly like to have friends over and cook for them. I'm in a book club, and I also like to do a lot of art in my spare time. And Matthew and I are actually in the middle of writing a children's book together. So I'm doing the drawings and he's doing the stories.
That sounds fantastic. How's it going? How far have you got?
It's gone really good. I think it's sort of based around the alphabet, letters of the alphabet. So Matthew's got about 20 of those done, and
Can I guess the ones you haven't yet done? X, Q, Z,
yeah,
Y.
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, well. The others just write themselves, don't they? Yeah. OK, Laura, there you are on 20. What are you going to go for on this board?
OK, I think I'm going to go for the first one, and I think it's Croatia.
Croatia, Zagreb to Split, says Laura. Croatia, there is your red line. If you can get below that red line, you are straight through, even at this early stage of the second pass, straight through to the next round. How many people said Croatia? Look at that. Good enough. 33. Taking your total up to 53. Very well done.
Very solid from our returning pairs so far. Zagreb is the capital of Croatia.
Thank you very much. So, Liz.
Hi.
Liz. Now, last time we discovered, Liz, that you are very much into caving.
That's correct, yeah.
I was about to say potholing. It's not the same, is it, potholing, or is it?
No, we like to say caving.
What is potholing?
That's more in and out mines and things in the ground. Caving's really covers the whole sport. All the different
OK, I see. How far have you gone under... Sorry, I'm not going to let this caving thing go. How far have you gone underground?
Oh, well, a round trip can sometimes last 3 to 4 hours. That's the longest one I've been on.
Wow.
But sometimes they spend all day and all night down the caves as well. The people, camp down there.
So you was like sort of a couple of miles from the...
Yes.
From the hole you came in through?
Oh, about 40 miles worth of caves under our clubhouse.
Amazing for storage, though.
Yeah. That's good.
Isn't it?
Yeah, anyway, so, Liz, there you are on 4. Amazing score from Laurie in the first pass. What are you going to go for?
Well, I think I'm going to take the easy option now because I don't want to let Laurie down. So I think I'm just going to stick and go safe with Madrid to Burgos, Spain.
Madrid to Burgos, Spain, says Liz. Here is your red line. Get below that, and you are through to the next round. How many people said Spain? OK, 86. Well, that's nice and neat. Takes your total up to 90.
I mean, they're safe and they're safe, isn't there? You would think for a caver, you might have taken more risks.
Yeah.
I could never go caving.
No. No. Pat, would you go caving?
Oh, no. Gosh, no.
I think that's the right answer. Pat, welcome. It's lovely to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Pat.
I'm retired now, but I used to work in civil aviation. I was an airport operations officer. And since we're retired, we like to go caravanning. We've got a touring caravan.
Do you go abroad caravanning?
We haven't, actually. We tend to go to the Northwest Highlands or the lakes or the Dales.
Very nice.
Somewhere like that, yes.
Very nice. But it's a travelling caravan, so you take it with you.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. You know exactly where you are. You know where everything lives.
Well, this is true. And if we go north, we keep out of everybody's way. We're not clogging up the roads.
Oh, that's so nice. Considerate.
Of course.
Caravanners. Very good. And where was the airport that you worked at?
At Blackpool.
I see. Is that a sort of small...
Yes, it is just a small regional airport.
Regional airport. OK, now, Pat, you are on 68. You need to score 21 or less.
Well, I'm hoping that Colombo to Kandy, being Sri Lanka, will help.
Sri Lanka, says Pat, for Colombo to Kandy. Let's see if that's right. Here's your red line. Get below that. Through you go. Look at that. You're through. Very well done indeed. 21 needed, 19 got. Takes your total up to 87.
Beautifully played, yeah, very beautiful country as well. In Kandy, they have a sacred relic, which is a tooth of the Buddha, which is in a gold casket. But they then put that gold casket in 6 other gold caskets, so you can't see the tooth. But they say it's there.
An awful lot of gold.
There's a lot of gold.
I think that would sort of, yeah.
It's the Buddha's tooth, though, for goodness'
Well, it's the
sake.
Buddha's, I know, but
Yeah.
maybe some thick glass.
I feel sorry for the Buddha because maybe he didn't get a pound for it when
It sounds like he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Richard. Now, James.
Hi.
James, welcome. Good to have you
very
here,
much.
James. Tell us all about yourself.
Well, I work in the NHS. I work as an HR assistant. I currently work at Doncaster and Bassett Law Hospitals. Been doing that for about 9 months now.
What do you do in your spare time, James?
If any sport's on TV, I'll watch it. If you take me out anywhere, I play a lot of golf at the minute. I try and get out on the course whenever I can, play with my dad, get beaten generally, because he spends his life there, and whatever else I can, really, from time to time.
And whose idea was it to come on the show?
I think it was more mine, but to be honest, my dad will sit there and watch Pointless every single night.
Do you watch together quite often?
Well, not anymore because I moved out.
You're in Doncaster, of course.
We did when I was doing my master's degree. We'd sit down every night to the point where my mum wasn't allowed to put dinner on the table until a minute after Pointless had finished. So bang on 6 o'clock, food comes out on the table.
So our theme music was basically the pinger. There,
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Very good. Now, James, 39 is where you are. 50 or less is your target. I mean, that, I would hope, is easily achievable. Do you fancy talking us through this board?
I think I know 3 of them. So Amsterdam to Oldenzaal would be the Netherlands. Rabat to Tangier, I'd say, was Morocco. Fairly sure on that one. And Milan to Naples is obviously Italy. If you had to push me on the other one, I would say perhaps it's Germany, maybe Sweden at a push. But I think I'll go with Rabat to Tangier, and I'll go with Morocco.
Morocco, says James. Here is your red line. Get below that red line, and you are through to round 2. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Morocco. Well done. You're through. Very good indeed. 36. Takes your total up to 75.
Some great answering again in this round. Again, we've cleared up all the lower scorers on the board, which is terrific stuff. 36 just is better than the Oldenburg and Hornstein, which is Germany. 37 for that. You're quite right about the Amsterdam one. It's the Netherlands. Would have scored you 74. All of these would have seen you knocked out here because Milan to Naples would have been 82 as well. So well played.
Thanks, Richard. Well, we find ourselves at the end of our first round. That means we have to say goodbye to a pair. And Liz and Laurie, I'm afraid once again, you are our first pair to leave. But it's been great having you, albeit briefly, on both shows. But thank you so much for playing. Liz and Laurie.
Thank you. Thank you.